Good morning. Stephen's putting jam on toast. He'll be up in a second. And I was cleaning my glasses and didn't look up right away. Hi, everyone. Wow, eggnog. It's over 1,000. I thought about having eggnog this morning, but I don't like to have... It's so creamy right away in the morning, you know? Didn't seem great, so I'm having my decaf coffee. Did I make boozy egg? No, I did not do that yet. How was the shots? Shots were good. We were a little tired. I got some chills like 12 hours after, but it wasn't bad at all. I took some Tylenol and like 20 minutes later, it was gone. But my arm doesn't hurt anymore. It's a little painful if I press right there, but like not as bad. So, overall, much better than the second shot.
Oh, it's not even a comparison.
Yeah, especially for you.
Yeah, because when I got my second shot, I was tired for weeks.
Yeah.
Which is the most extreme reaction of anyone that I knew. And this third shot, nothing. It's like literally nothing. Which is surprising too, because we had the booster and the flu shot.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, certainly, like one of these is going to do something. It didn't. Also, I see that you've noticed my haircut. I got a haircut. Yeah. It was time. It was definitely time. My glasses are gross.
There's a cleaning cloth right there. Because you lost my other one. I had to bring another one up.
How dare you
Accuse you?
accuse me,
Here.
the person who doesn't move anything from anywhere?
This is your room. I don't come up here. Only for streams. Kippy, hi. Good morning.
That's better, thank you.
You're welcome.
You coming up?
You slept up here last night.
He was so tired when I left this room last
8
night.
a.m. Santa's coming in.
And he just didn't want to.
Come over here.
He didn't want to go
Come
because
over.
I had been up here working, and he had been asleep in his little helper chair,
Come on.
and I walked by him and he didn't wake up, and I had gotten all the way to the door like I was done for the night, and I looked back and he kind of like opened one eye and he was like
Too tired to take the stairs.
like he saw that I was leaving and I turned off the light, so he knew I wasn't coming back up, and he was like, no. So yeah, he was just he's a little tired boy yesterday, weren't you? Oh, but we want to know why he got so cozy. I'll tell you.
Do you want to eat your toast first so it's not soggy? And maybe read some alerts?
You have to pick
What?
reading alerts or eating toast. That being said,
There's a really good Kepler story.
I'm going to eat toast first. Also,
And there's a hype train, so you should read alerts.
that's what I was saying. There's a high P train. Thank y'all. Join the train to get whatever it is Switch is giving now.
New emotes.
It's always a new emote, but it's like, which one? I don't know.
Yeah.
Is it still the animals? For a while, it was the animals.
Do you need me to click for you? Yeah, that would be great, Chaz.
Are you going to read them?
You can also read them.
Yeah, I can. We got the first one's a clap.
I'll clap.
Mal, clap. 24 months from Rackbell316. That's 2 years. Thank you. We also got 14 months from Lost Vagabond. 15 months from Lilac Olagochi. 14 months from PK Owl. It's my favorite PSI spell. 3 months from Jamie Kane 1994. 28 months from Sifa Seeker. 29 months from Bardic Puppy. 32 months from Spark Strike 13, 27 months from Twitchy Toes, 22 months from Humbology, 17 months from Anna Banana Bread, 15 months from Macintosh PC, 39 months from Satsy, 39 months also from Phelps Out, 9 months from Genesis, 25 months from Gonzo Tinkerman, 10 months from The Slick Dude, 30 months from Andrew in the Kitchen, 38 months from Sephiroth 1204, 30 months from Somber Mink 91, 9 lumps. How many lumps do you want? Oh, I don't know. 2. Spunk.
3 or 4.
3 or 4 lumps. A little something out there for the Looney Tunes fans. Is it Looney Tunes? Probably.
Yeah, it's Gossamer. Right? The big red guy?
Probably. I feel like that joke's been done in many cartoons. 9 months from Zatoichi. Angeman 84 gifted to sub to Aso Adelaide. 24 months. Clap again. From Jolteron. We got 39 months from Calvin, CK14500. Appreciate it. We got 3 bits from Gold Major. Says, we'll probably be leaving early to help a friend with debilitating long COVID. Gather notes for another doctor's appointment. A reminder that even mild cases can seriously debilitate you for years plus after, even if you were healthy before. It's true. It's true. It's one of the things that makes, in my opinion, COVID like continually be scary.
Yeah.
And you do your best to protect yourself. There can still be breakthrough cases, and what do? You know, it's just like you do your best, and then you hope for the rest. But that's it. You know, I sincerely wish your friend the best, just because it sucks. I've read quite a bit of stories about people that have had long COVID, and it's just. And I think the other thing that's maddening is like we still haven't figured out the specifics of like why.
Yeah.
Like why some people like get over things quickly, and then why some people are like don't. Anyway, my best to them. 300 bits from Radio Dread says, Christmas soon. Do you have anything on the wish list this year? Did I ask for anything? I don't think I asked for anything.
No, you didn't.
But I also can't remember if I ever have. Have I ever asked for anything for Christmas in our entire marriage?
No.
Santa's coming in.
I had 2 really good gift ideas for you this year, though.
I mean, I do like potato chips and nuts. I do like those. But I'm probably going to get those.
Those are not the things I got you.
I can't wait the ham.
So my mom got me those.
Mm.
I mean, we know. Like, it's not like she told me, but like I get potato chips and nuts every year. And I like that. So like more of that. 301 bits from Squid with the George Kepler star rain.
Oh no, the ham.
Appropriate.
The ham.
Since we were just talking about him.
Like the ham.
Now he's cozy on my lap and washing his paw. 100 bits from Fossix. 100 bits from Doan. 100 bits from Mark. 26 months from Pink Double X Kiss. 300 from Aldo with the hype. Blah. Star Rain. Sapphire Becca gifted a sub to Neji Temp Forever 67. Vegetable Sorbet gifted 3 subs to Valix Butterfly, Ice Nuke, and Evalia 112. Thank you, Vegetable. 300 bits from NG Ben says, celebrated my birthday yesterday by following Steven's advice of do something for yourself. So I gifted myself a new Switch OLED, Pokemon BDSP, and Metroid Dread, and really been enjoying them so far. Nice. Folks that have the OLED model really like the OLED model. I mean, assuming you're playing it handheld. If you're playing it docked, it's also fine. It's just the real benefit is handheld. It's nice. Are you ready to read? 100 bits from Michael Smock. 13 months from Scatman Scabadop. 5 months from Sting AZG. 300 from Adrian says, did someone say hi P-Train for Santa? Yeah. Have we heard the end of that alert? I don't think we have heard the end of the alert since we added the things back. Wow. I know that the percentage chance is very small. Yeah, it's very small, but it shouldn't have been like this small, so everyone's just been very unlucky in December. What we got? Oh.
No gingerbread. Make a house of Tiny Eddie's birthday garlic sausages.
Yeah, I'm sorry, kids. We all had the gingerbread, so you gotta use these garlic sausages for my birthday.
1,000 Bits from Gamer Girl says, Morning, Stephen and Mal. I'm going to need some good vibes. My friend is in the hospital with food poisoning back in Iowa. Oh, I'm going to have to scroll on this one. Hold on. Chaz can't help me do this. But I currently live in Wisconsin, so I can't visit her because I'm working. Yeah, there is a bit of distance between Iowa and Wisconsin. Okay, I guess not a ton of distance, but like...
No, they share a border.
But still, some distance.
Yeah.
Well, good vibes to your friend.
Yeah, good vibes if it
Food
was
poisoning sucks.
severe enough to end up in the hospital.
Food poisoning sucks, man. But then to then go to the extra mile and wind up in the hospital because of food poisoning is just... Anyway, good vibes to them. Absolutely good vibes to them. We also had 300 Bits from Emma in Iowa with the haha shrug middle. It's a weird emo name.
It's a snowman head.
I know, but when you read it like that, haha shrug middle, it just sounds ridiculous.
Enjoy a warm fireplace with Tiny Eddie's pureed fruity slices.
1,000 Bits from Gamer Durable. This is Tiny Eddie, what you got? I think it's a bit of an oxymoron. Pureed fruity slices. I don't think you can slice
What if it's
pureed...
very full of gelatin so it can hold a shape? Puree the fruit in the gelatin, let it set, and then slice it.
Yeah, okay. It's still, if that was written on a box, I would be like, don't lie to me. Unless you freeze them. Yeah, okay. Okay. Would you... I don't think I would call anything like that I got from the frozen aisle a slice. What is the name for something you get from a... Because, like, you got, like, a popsicle. That's it. I'm not going to spend any more time on that thought. A frozen pie? Oh man, I haven't thought about fruit leather in forever. Anyway, where were we? You were just about to read, I think. Were you just about to read?
I need a sip of coffee first.
300 Bits from Danny, who says, thanks for the good vibes, everyone. My show's closing night was the best performance of the entire run. Good! And on high note, now I need a month and a half break before the next audition. Maybe some ska.
Ska.
I would like to see it. You do ska. Film it. 300 Bits from Pink Matima says, the Skyrim streams have inspired me to actually start watching the Skyrim LP, and I'm on episode 95 now. But I want to play Skyrim myself for the first time. But now I want to play Skyrim for myself. It is fun. Like, it's popular for a reason.
Yeah.
And it has some... There are some elements that are janky, sure, but like it's very good, and you can... It's a long game. There's a lot to do. You can build your character however you want. One of the nice things about Skyrim over some of the other ones is that you can change your mind too.
Yeah.
Because your skills, you increase the skills you want, and if you're like, I want to do this now, you can just start working on it. So it's good. 3 months from Flip Bentel, Neji10 Forever 67 gifted a sub to Rebel Tech TV. 300 Bits from Satsy says, tomorrow's going to be so busy, got a long journey ahead. Going to be on an overcrowded train for 4 hours, and I may have to run around looking for wrapping paper. Ah! Sorry.
Enjoy going out though. I know it's stressful still.
Yeah,
Sometimes I have to like stop and be like,
it's nice to be
it
out of the
sucks,
house.
but I get to go out, and
Yeah.
it sucks, but
Yeah, we got out a little bit earlier this week. We got to see Thomas,
yeah.
which was really nice. Thomas and Brittany were in town. When was that?
Sunday.
And they were like, do you want to meet up for lunch? And we're like, yeah. So we went and we got lunch. There was like no one there, which was really nice. And then we walked around and did a little shopping. And it wasn't super crowded. It rained that day, and I think maybe that scared a lot of people away from coming out. So, yeah. Out is fine. Crowded train for 4 hours. Yeah. Well. The way I look at situations like that if I'm putting them in a thing where I'm like, okay, is this a thing like I have to do? Once I've decided like I have to do it or I'm doing it, I'm like, that's it. I'll take whatever precautions I gotta take, and then I'm not gonna try and like think about it ever again. I'm just like, here we go. That's it.
You want me to read now? Yeah. We have 300 bits from Darkness Bride with the Kepler Star Rain. 300 bits from Ange, who says, Happy Winter Solstice. Well, yeah, it's the 21st now. It's Winter Solstice.
Can we finally start turning the clocks back or whatever?
No,
When is that?
This is the last day before the sun comes up like a minute later.
Yeah.
Or earlier.
Yeah.
Yes. A
Yeah.
minute more
I
daylight.
want more. I'm tired of it being dark.
Yeah.
That doggone it. That's
Yep.
what I want.
You're waiting for spring forward is what you were saying. The clock.
I just don't want it to be dark at 5.
I know.
Tired of it being dark at 5.
We went for a walk yesterday, like when it was dark, because we wanted to go for a walk and see the lights, and it was cold.
It was nice.
It was nice.
That is also going to feed into the story I'm going to tell. But first, you're going
Maybe
to
let's
finish the
do
alerts.
that also Thursday. Because everyone will have their lights on then. Because of Christmas. We can't do it Friday, we'll be here.
Everyone had their lights on.
No, the people
Two
across...
people.
Yeah.
2 people didn't have their lights on. And you got it. Like it. Listen, it was cold. Keep reading.
It's gonna get warmer. Just tell Racing 62 sent 300 bits. Best way to start off a birthday. That and ska. Happy birthday.
Ska. Birthday. Happy birthday.
Ska birthday.
Have a scotch. Birthday. That's the ska birthday song.
I did not know. Does it have a name?
Yeah, it's a ska birthday song.
Okay. We have 36 months from Renee. Thank you.
Renee.
Gold Mage sent 300 bits and something slightly more cheerful for the train. The zoo I volunteer at and hope to work at is getting a prehensile-tailed skink. They are the largest skinks, give live birth, have parental care, and are arboreal. Very cool. That means they can use their tails to grip things like a monkey.
I'll have to tweet me a picture of that. Because like, skinks are cool. I want to see a big skank. Also, skink is just a fun word. Skink is fun.
Harmon TG resubbed at 37 months, and we have 300 bits from Line Rider. I had to miss last breakfast stream to finish my paper. I've been home from college since Saturday now, but I'm going back to campus for my last final today.
It's alright. I just realized Rockabye Baby was playing. I don't want Rockabye Baby to play anymore.
Well, good luck with your last final.
Yeah. And for everyone that's dealing with finals right now, luck. I had finals on Friday. And I'm never going. I never want to do. I told Mao, I was like, you know how there's been some games that we've had one-offs and we've come back to, like Pokemon Snap and Mario Golf, and she's like, yeah. I was like, we're never coming back to this game. Like, never. We're never coming back to Brain Academy. It's fine. It's fine. 300 bits from Patent Pikachu says, so I received a package yesterday, which was a present to myself for passing my PhD, Viva, a Seattle Mudcrabs jersey. It's a perfect fit on me. I bet there aren't too many on this side of the Atlantic. Excellent.
Awesome.
Excellent. As a reminder to folks, you've got 10 days. There are 10 days left to get Seattle Mudcrabs jersey. And again, specifically the team jersey instead of the classic T-shirt is a new product that we've never offered before, and it's a really nice shirt jersey. I guess I should
like
call it a jersey. It's really nice. Like the fabric's really nice. So if you've wanted one, you got 10 days left. 300 bits from Goldmage says, oh, and finally, the how many lumps you want, 3 or 4, is from Looney Tunes. It's Bugs Bunny giving the lumps and the person you have on your alert saying coffee. Actually, that same episode.
Gossamer.
No.
No?
But although, in your defense, I believe that joke is reused.
Happens with Gossamer?
Well, I believe it's reused in like multiple spots. Like I don't think it's just like the one time. But yeah, he's
it's Pete the Puma. That's it.
Pete the Puma. Yeah, Gossamer's the big red guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
For some reason, I could picture him doing that, so it was like him.
There might be an episode with it, but I think it's probably used again. Because it sticks out in my head so vividly. I'm like, But it's wild how sometimes, you see something as a kid and like, it's just forever. Sometimes it's commercials for products that are only going to be around for like 8 months. We're doing the artist series again next year. We are hoping to. To be perfectly honest, things been busy. You can probably tell just because vlogs have been behind and everything. So we don't believe that there will be any artist series launching in January, which would have been the hope, but just there has not been time to get that underway because we've been juggling too much other stuff. So we're either going to skip like January and February for it, or we're going to launch something maybe in February for 1 month or something. I'm not sure yet. The good news is, if you're an artist and you've just been making fan art or designs or whatever, and you've been posting stuff, it still has a chance of being used as like the first artist series thing of next year. It's a possibility. And Vagabond says, bring back an old design. It's also a possibility. We've got a few options.
Yeah.
So we'll come up with something. But for all of the artists, always keep creating stuff. And the advice that I've given for the past year is, when you make something, work on a high-res canvas, just so you have resolution, and make sure you keep your layers separate. Just because if we do reach out to you, it'll make the whole process really easy. It's not vital, but it does make the process a little bit easier.
Okay.
Yeah. Hi, buddy. So tired.
You're a little shrimp.
Little shrimpy. That's the other thing. Things are also going to continue to be crazy. 300 Bits of Management says, did Steven ask for ham? It's funny you should mention that. I was at my parents' house. It was yesterday.
Are we having ham?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I was at my parents' house yesterday, and I got my hair cut, and my mom was like, hey, we have meat in the house, which is kind of a little joke because my mom's vegetarian. They don't actually usually keep a whole lot of meat in the house.
Yeah.
Probably much to my father's chagrin, but she reached in and she grabbed this big old chunk of ham. And I was like, okay, yeah, that sounds good. So we're having ham on Christmas Day. We got 12 months. Now I can clap. From Little Ashlina, congrats on the 1. 35 months from Unbent Reagent. 500 Bits from Dragon Loot, who says, morning, amazing internet grandparents. I have a job interview tomorrow morning that may actually fire off my career in media. Wish me luck. I wish you luck. Gotta get your foot in the door somewhere. And I hope this is your foot in the door. I sincerely hope. Hope that goes well for you. Are you doing a cat tax?
I am.
Mal's doing a cat tax. Okay. There will be a cat tax. 300 Bits of Man says, funny you should mention artist series. I'm currently exercising while watching breakfast stream and wearing my Heart of the Wild shirt. It's good design. That's how we got everything started off. Aw.
Look at that boy.
He's a good stinker. Very good stinker. I'm going to be taking... I've had to plan... I want to take all of the artist series mugs, just because it's easier to photograph 6 mugs, and put them all together, and then take a photo of them and post that like on Twitter or something, just as a thank you for all the artists for making the stuff this year, and then for everyone who picked something up I don't know when I'm doing that, but like I'll probably do that in the next few days.
Yeah.
I'll probably do it today. I'll just do it today. Remind me at 1 p.m. to post Artist Series mugs photo. Do it today. Done. Perfect. Perfect. We also have 14 months from Real Moist Pony and 20 months from Wolf. Wonderful. Thank you all. Oh, Yoshi's out. Oh, man. Oh, Keppy is a cutie. He's the cutest boy I know. From his little pink nose down to his little pink toes. Oh, and then he does a stretch and he reaches up for my face. If there was a thing for the cutest boy, he'd win the race. I was like, what's the word for race? And it was like, it's race. There's not. It's like, if there was a thing for a race. You got the cutest boy award. Also,
He stretched during that, and then he put both arms on one side of his face.
also those notes are outside of my reach on Breakfast Stream. Outside of my reach on Breakfast Stream. Rip first place. Good, yes. Oh God, what's the word for raise? It's a thought that did you even know I sang to you?
He
Do you
stretched
even
and looked
know?
at you, and then he did the "it's too bright" pose, where he covers his eyes.
God, he's snoozing. He's literally snoring.
There was one word I could use to describe a race that starts with the letter R and rhymes with race. Thanks, Andrew.
Sometimes it's early. We have 7,000 bits from That Gamer Turbo. Says, sing about how darn cute Kepler is. I mean, he is extremely darn cute. It's true. Speaking of Kepler, I have got...
You have a good story.
I've got some stories for you. I've got some stories. So, let me tell the cute one first. Cute one. Yesterday, we went for a little walk, and it was cold, and we stumbled across our hand warmers, the little ones that, like, they got the stuff and then you shake them and expose them to the air and they get warm, and they're warm for like 10 hours. Incredible product. Like, I don't know how we figured this stuff out. It's amazing. So anyway, we bought those for our New York trip.
In New York. Well, we were in New Jersey, but...
Yeah, and we've had them all these years. And we haven't managed to use them because we live in South Carolina and like there's not a whole lot of opportunity. But yesterday we're like, you know what? These things are already, they expired in July, so like they're not going to probably even work much longer. We should probably just use them. So we had a very luxurious winter walk because we got to keep our hands warm. So whenever we came back inside, I had put we each had 2 of them, and I put them in my pants pockets. And I sat down to work, and Kepler jumped up, and he, curled up on my lap, and then there was definitely a moment where he was like, Then he got up and he moved.
warmer.
He got up and he moved, and he like readjusted himself because there was a lot of extra heat emanating from my lap, and he had to adjust to make sure that he was like on it. And he got so cozy and zonked out so hard. I mean, he was just so
He
sweet.
zonked out all night, now he's zonked again.
And then, whenever I went to bed, like he had moved over to the
helper chair?
The helper chair, and he was just completely out. And I think that's one of the reasons why he didn't come downstairs last night. He's just completely... You are snoring. Can they hear that? Let me pause the music. Buddy, you're snoring. Honey, you're snoring. Sweetheart. Okay, but I know you're tired. You're snoring real loud, honey. Honey. Noah says you can leave the music off so we can listen to Cat for the rest of the stream. Radio Dread says, I feel that's pretty loud for a cat. Kep snores loud. Like, there's definitely...
There's been times I wake up and I'm like, is that Stephen or Kepler?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
yeah,
Kepler.
Yeah, you can,
a lot of the time it's Kepler.
You could probably also hear the humidifier. Yeah. The humidifier's on too. Anyway, I'll leave the music off while I tell this story. Honey. Okay, so anyway, last night, I decided to make myself we would come back in from the walk, and I was like, you know what sounds really good after that walk? Hot chocolate. I'm going to make myself a hot chocolate. So I got the mug, put some milk in it, heated it up, added my hot chocolate mix. I was like, cool, this is great. I'm going to go upstairs. Buddy.
Flip him so he's not upside down.
Honey. Baby. He just what? Huh? What? Honey, you were snoring so loud. Oh, he went straight back to it. He was like, huh? What? He's so tired. So I take the hot chocolate upstairs, and within a minute or two, Kepler comes upstairs as well, and he does this thing that sometimes he'll just jump up straight in my lap. Often, what he'll do is he'll just kind of walk around and vulture the chair, just circle or whatever. And he what he wants is he wants me to pick him up and put him on my lap so he doesn't have to do anything. So I'm used to doing that. I reached down. I had my hot chocolate with me, but I had put it on my desk. And before I continue this story, let me just preface this by saying I have never spilled a drink in my office, ever. In the entire history that I've been working at home in the various offices and desks and everything, like, I have not spilled anything. And technically, that continues to be true. I did not spill anything. But Kepler, sitting next to me on the floor, I reach down and I pick him up. And I put him up onto my lap, and as I'm getting him up onto my lap, his tail goes flap, and it hits the hot chocolate. It did not knock the hot chocolate over, but it splashed down hard into the hot chocolate, and like a million little beads of hot chocolate went everywhere. It was all over the keyboard. It was as far away as the other side of my desk where the scanner was. It was the other direction to the other side. Like, it was just everywhere. And I was like, oh my God. And of course, like, he has just sat on my lap, so he's like, yay. And I look at everything and I'm like, oh no. But then he didn't burn his tail. Wasn't that hot. I look, and his tail, you know, a good, like, I don't know, 1.5 inches, 2 inches of his tail has got like a sizable amount of hot chocolate on it. And in my infinite wisdom, I looked at the situation, and my first thought was, oh no, Kepi can't have chocolate. Chocolate's bad for Kepi. If he licks that off his tail, I said, that could be really bad. And my first instinct, the first thing that I could think of was to just take the boy's tail and shove it into my mouth. And when I did that, Kepler swung his head around and looked at me like, are you eating me? And he was like, whoa, bud. And he started to freak out a little bit. But in one fell swoop, I was like, nobody, I gotta get this off. So I scruffed him by the neck, and he was just like, so I have the cat scruffed by the neck on my lap. I have 2 inches or more of... Mal almost peed herself. I told her this last night. I got 2 or 3 inches of his tail in my mouth, and I'm like, as I do that, I'm getting rid of the hot chocolate. I've got all this tail fur in my mouth, and like my brain is processing this, and it's like there must have been a better way, but it's too late. I was like, no, Kepler, no chocolate, bad, you know, and of course the cat is like, I don't like this, so I'm just. After I had done this, Kepler's eyes are like this big, like, did you just try to eat me? You've destroyed the bonds of trust we've established for a decade. I then grabbed a tissue, which was nearby, and I wiped up the rest of his tail, and then cleaned up my desk. And some of you are saying, Stephen, just grab it. Listen, it was an emergency, and I was worried that he was gonna run, and I was like, I can't risk him cleaning the tail and then getting sick or something worse. You know, I was like, no, I can't do it. So my fatherly instincts kicked in, and I did what had to be done.
So there was a tissue nearby. Yes, there was. I can see them. They're right there.
Yeah, there was. But there wasn't time to think. It was just emergency. It was just, nope, can't, had to do what needed to be done. But when I was done with it and I cleaned everything up, my first thought was, I've got to tell Mal this. So I went downstairs and I stood in her doorway and I was like, I got a story to tell you. And as I'm telling her this, Mal was laughing so hard and like can't breathe. And finally she's sitting in her office chair. She goes, I gotta pee. Stop.
You didn't even get to the part where you put the tail in the mouth, but I could tell you were getting to that.
10 a.m. Santa's coming in.
So anyway, that's the story. It's funny because I did my favorite thing of making someone laugh today. It is my favorite thing in the world. It's my favorite thing. And I'll be kind. I'll stop. But I want to get people, getting someone to that edge and watching, because there's a transformation that takes place when someone is like, gets up to that point. I mean, their entire demeanor is like, please, for the love of, don't, I am going to be, like, I love getting someone, inducing that level of humor into someone that were like, you gotta stop. It's great. Anyway, I likened this story to, there's a very similar story with Sagan. And I told Mal, I said, isn't it great now that we have...
Thunderstriker has it.
Yeah, exactly. I said, isn't it great that there are now 2 beautiful stories, one for each of our boys, that have the very same energy. For folks that have never heard the Sagan story, I will very quickly recap it, because if you haven't heard it, it's great. We went to a circus show.
Yeah.
There was a circus show that was in town.
It was on a stage. It wasn't a circus with elephants and stuff.
Yeah, but it was like a little traveling circus show at a theater. They had trapeze artists and bicyclists and contortionists and all this stuff. One of the things they had is they had a guy that trained cats.
No, it was a dog. It was a little Jack Russell.
It was a cat.
No, it wasn't.
It was a cat.
I am 100% sure it was a dog.
It was a cat. Why does it matter? Why does that part of the story literally doesn't even matter? Why would you correct me? Why would you ruin my story? Also, it was a cat. Why would it matter? When you're telling a story... Actually, there was an animal. It was a God, right, Chaz? Christ almighty. Merry Christmas, everyone. So there was an animal of unknown origins, and they were doing a performance on stage. And one of the things that was happening was the guy was doing forward rolls and having the animal walk along his body while he did these rolls. And I remember watching that, and I was like, man.
But the way Sagan likes to sit on shoulders.
And like, oh yeah, and walk and stuff. Like, I was like, I think Sagan could do this. So we come home, and I told Mao, I was like, Mao, I bet Sagan can do this. So I sat on the floor, and I put him on my chest, and then I started to like lean back. So like I was like doing like almost a backwards roll. I had my legs up in the air, and I started to encourage him to like walk down my chest, like between my legs to like go up my back, and I'm like going to roll backwards. So he starts to do it, and I was like, see? And I'm like rolling backwards, and then all of a sudden he loses his footing, and his legs go whoop. And when his legs go whoop, his butt goes whoop, and his little butthole lands on my mouth. And it was immediately surprising to both him and me.
The look on Sagan's face,
I mean,
was just pure shock.
Just like, whoop. And there was an immediate understanding that we had screwed up, and that perhaps this was going to take more practice than just...
Or do forward rolls and not backward rolls.
Needless to say, we all had a very memorable evening, and I washed my mouth. So that story has lived within the household for many years, and it's so nice that we now have a new story where I was like, oh no, my son! The poor cats think I'm eating them. They're fine. They're fine.
Kippy. And then your cup of hot chocolate last night had like cat hair everywhere.
I still drank it. Renee says, I'm laughing so hard Tristan is worried that I'm crying. Fossick says, Sagan was accidental. Kepler was a conscious decision by you. I mean, both are true in both directions. Sagan was accidental, but also sort of like my fault because I shouldn't have ever tried it. And Kepler was conscious, but also I had to act quickly. I had to protect my son. I was like, chocolate, no! I just did that. I wish you could have been in the room to see what happened. See like the panic on my face of like, oh no! What do I do? Ah! No, it's this big, can still eat donut energy. Oh God. Whew. Whew. I need to finish this cup.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm jumping ahead to read this. 300 bits or 500 bits from Theralord, who says, "Sometimes you're my comfort streamer. Other times you're my discomfort streamer. The duality of man." Everyone is welcome for that story. It might be one of the greatest stories I've ever told on Breakfast Stream, and it's so nice. It's so nice to have new, like, I've told so many stories over the years, and like the audience grows and fluctuates, and like you can retell stories because there's a lot of people that ends up not hearing them. But it's so nice to have like, oh, this happened yesterday. Look at this. It's great. We Merry Christmas, everyone. 11 months. From Satab923. 300 bits from Mystic Miadra says, or Midra says, Steven, stop. Someone's going to make a gif out of that. It's fine. It's fine. It's not the worst thing I've ever done. 14 months from Star Pony. 2 months from Zach Lumberjack. 300 bits from Squid says, need more clown after that story. It's the same energy. And 500 bits from Anne, who says, so I feel like we might need a subject change. Would you ever consider putting your dad's art in the artist series? I know it might have technical challenges, but his use of color and contrast are so striking. I would love a piece of merch from his art. That's an idea. That is an idea. Maybe. So I don't want to like promise anything because I don't know, and I don't want to say what we're doing for January, if anything, because I don't know. But we'll see. We'll see. I know that he has offered his art up for. He's like, anything, if you need it for anything, let me know. He actually told me when Mao had her surgery, we weren't 100% sure Mao was going to be able to do a painting for December. Because Mao had worked ahead to finish November's painting, which was good, but with having the hysterectomy and the recovery time being unknown but probably long, we were like, oh, this might bleed into December. And it's been okay. Mao's been working, so there is going to be a December painting. But Dad had actually approached me, and he's like, hey, if you need a painting, he's like, you can have one of my paintings. And I was like, I really appreciate that, Dad. Like, I really like that. I said, the thing that we really need is a video. That's the problem. It's like, having the painting is great, but we really need like a video to present. And he's like, well, if you ever need a painting, he's like, just let me know. So, yeah, it was really nice of him. So yeah, maybe we'll come up with something.
Yeah.
It might be nice. I'll look into it.
You got a coffee?
I got a little bit more.
Are you sad that there's no cat hair in it?
No. 4 months from Dragon Loot. Thank you. And here, have beans. No one's actively asking for them, but it's time for them. It's time for these beans. Take these beans. Good. So yeah, that all happened yesterday. And we already talked about the booster and everything. I've been really happy that went well.
Yeah.
So there was a mild worry because I was like, oh, I really hope I don't get tired or anything, but I've been okay. So that's good. I'm happy about that. Also, 25 months from Munchkin Macadamia. Thanks.
I think Noah missed that part.
Oh, yeah. Noah came in a little late. We're good. Like, in fact, there was, for me, personally, there was about a 2-hour, window where I felt some, like, general malaise. I was like, ugh. And it was like 2 hours. And then I was like, okay. And that was it. And that was it. So that was nice. I was worried that there was gonna be more to it than that. And like my arm hurt, but not bad.
Oh, mine hurt real bad.
Mal kept complaining about her arm, and I was like, I'm good. I'm very happy you know the word Malay. It's a fun word.
It's French.
Ah. Oui. I just like saying oui.
I had chills, Noah.
Yeah.
But I took Tylenol and it was gone.
Stuff your stockings with Tiny Eddie's Oasis Jammy Delights.
That was a bit from Sudabite says, Eddie, what should Steven eat instead the next time he decides he wants to stick a cat's rear into his mouth? Oasis Jammy Delights. Which is hard to parse what that is. A delight is ambiguous. Jammy implies jams. And then why is Oasis in there? That can really be whatever you want it to be. I told Chaz mention that I should mention. Mention that I should mention?
Yeah.
Mention that I should mention that Friday's stream is going to be memorable and special. If you're around, we're going to be streaming at our normal time. It is Christmas Eve, and we are going to be building gingerbread houses. We each have our own gingerbread house kit, and we're going to be putting them together on stream. And then, inevitably, because of the competitive nature that exists in the George household, we are going to be comparing them and asking the audience to vote on their favorite.
We should stop eating those sixlets so we could use them as decorations.
Sure. Also, I think I've had enough sixlets.
Yeah.
Every few years, I'm like, oh man, I want to taste a sixlet. And then I eat it, and I'm like, okay. Alright, okay. That's fine. I don't want any more.
See, this year is a test.
A test?
Yeah, we'll see how it goes. Because we're using kits. And then next year, maybe we'll, like, try and design something. With graham crackers.
Okay. Sure. A sixlet is a... It's
like an M&M, but they're round.
It's
spherical. It has a hard
M&M
candy
is round.
shell, and it has a chocolate center. But it's not like real chocolate.
A sixlet is an old candy. It's the type of thing that you can get at like a Cracker Barrel, and they have a very distinct taste. I don't think people would hate them, but like it's a little nostalgic.
Yeah.
Because I remember eating them when I was younger. But they're spherical.
Yeah.
M&M ball bear, kind of M&M ball bearings. So, they're kind of they're a little different, but they're good.
Yeah.
But we walked into the Dollar Tree the other day, and they had a pack
of Christmas ones.
Each individual pack had six sixlets in it, appropriate, and there were 28 of those packs. And it was $1. And I was like, for $1, that's a lot, and I haven't had these, so let's get them. So we've been eating them a little bit, and we're less than halfway through, and I'm like, I'm kind of done.
Well, we'll use them on the gingerbread houses.
Kind of done.
Maybe next year we'll like plan ahead and be like, all right, well, I need licorice. I need.
Let's not cart before the horse. We haven't done this yet. We might be terrible at it. We don't know. We had 400 bits from Vena Conqueso McCarty, who says, can I vote for Kepler's creation? What are you going to make for the stream, bud? You going to make something? Biscuits?
Make biscuits.
At some point, biscuits. Z's and biscuits is the best thing that,
10 a.m. Santa's coming to town.
Oh my gosh.
It happened! It happened! That's the first one of this season. Also, how appropriate. 400 bits from Radio Dread, who is specifically trying to get it. Santa, please, I want to hear the scream before stream ends. Wow. Wow. I think it's so funny that when you specifically were like, please, please, Santa, please. Then we actually get, wow. Yeah, I don't know what the percentage chance is, but it's low. It's like super low. Just had to ask politely. The first year that we did it, it was every time.
Uh-huh.
And it very quickly people were like, this alert. But then you take out that one part, and then the tables flip completely where everyone's like, well. Chaz says it's low, but we should have had it a couple times by now. People just been rolling bad. Don't go to Vegas, everyone. Your luck is down this year. Wait till next year. We also had 11 months from Psycho Don 904. Thank you, Don. Do we have an art?
10 a.m. Santa's coming to...
Because it looks like we have an art. Just making sure that we actually do. We do have an art. Okay. Well, hold on. We got 300 bits from Satsy, who says, how am I going to fit a portable rice cooker in my suitcase. The hotel doesn't have a kitchenette, and I need something to cook food. Sometimes, I mean, you gotta like call ahead and find out, but sometimes hotels do have little things that you can borrow, and they usually don't cost anything. But they'll have things at the front desk, and you can ask and be like, do you have this, that, or the other? And then they'll just let you borrow it while you stay. I don't know that they'll have a rice cooker. Some might, but you might be able to find out. They don't. They have spare hair dryers. Well, hold on. Let's get creative here. Let's get creative.
It's a coffee maker.
Oh yeah, you can. Oh yeah, you can make rice in a coffee maker. You can do it. I can't begin to tell you how many times that Alex made ramen in the coffee maker at
College.
in college. They don't have coffee makers, only tiny kettles. That could work, right? I'm not telling you it'd be good rice. But Vegamon says you had a stove. This was before. Alex is not.
This was freshman year.
Alex is not that level of crazy. In junior and senior year, we had a full kitchen. But in sophomore and freshman year, we only had a coffee maker. That was it. That was the only thing in the room. Because we weren't allowed to have anything. You weren't even allowed to have a microwave.
Really?
Yeah.
We were allowed to have a fridge and a microwave, and that was it.
I mean, people had them, but you weren't allowed to have them. So, because the only thing that we had to make food with in freshman year was a coffee maker, Alex just made ramen in the coffee maker all the time. And I never had coffee in the coffee maker.
And then you wouldn't after that.
I wouldn't have. Yeah. I don't know that Alex ever. I'm sure he cleaned it. I never saw him, but I'm sure he did.
When I lived in the apartment-style dorms, our kitchen was a full fridge, a microwave, and like a full double sink, and that was it. They didn't give us a stove
microwave
or an oven. And it was a full-size kitchen.
Yeah, that's a little.
We brought in like a hot plate.
The thing
There was like 2 burners.
The thing that I don't understand. Here's what I don't understand. Freshman dorms, coffee maker will not give you a microwave. Microwaves aren't even allowed. Mm-hmm. But then the older dorms, for the juniors and the seniors, have a full kitchen with a stove, and I'm like, why? You're worried that the microwave's going to burn down the campus, but you give and that's in sophomore year. But you'll give the juniors, who are 1 year older, you'll give them a stove. I don't understand. Freshmen can use stoves. An 18-year-old person can use a stove. It doesn't, whether they're 18 or 19, is not a big divide. I don't understand. So why on earth wouldn't you let them have a microwave? It's something I've never thought about till like right this moment. Now I'm mad. And I'm 10 years too late to be mad about it. Noah says we weren't allowed to have college posters hanging up because they were a fire hazard.
Haley and I had a comment about how our dorm was not okay for, like, if there was a fire and we needed to get out.
Yeah.
Like, if the fire department came through, they'd be mad about how we had our room set up.
I wonder if, I'm thinking about it now, and I'm kind of curious if maybe the location of the dorms had anything to do with anything? Like, if the freshman dorms were located in close proximity to something, and therefore they're like, oh god, don't let those burn down, it'll burn down a lot of stuff. And then they were like, just no microwaves. But then on the other dorms, the older dorms, which were further away from things, they were like, well, that's fine. Those can burn down.
Here they am.
Anyway.
Santa's coming in.
300 bits from Grandson Brambo, who said, Again! Unfortunately, it'll be another 100 years before Santa comes back. And 300 bits from Satsu says, the hotel has a tiny kettle and overactive fire alarms that they say will be set off by vapes, which makes no sense. Otherwise, I'd get tea lights and do it that way.
They might get set off. There's 2 types of fire alarms. One is photosensitive, and the other is... I forget the other one. Anyway, the vapes would set off the photosensitive because of like the way the water vapor moves in the air. That's how it senses it.
How do you know things?
It's good to have both types. Ionized, that's the word. Thank you, Joltron. Particle sensitive? Yeah.
Wild. Vagabond says, what if I took a steamy shower? Is that the same?
I don't know. You normally don't have smoke detectors in a bathroom.
But what if that's where the fire is? I also had 6 months from Nerd Arts and Games. Thank you. And we have an art, so like, let's take a look at it. What do you think? Wow. Wow. Father, please, do not consume me.
I'm saving your life.
Yeah, this is not really that inaccurate, to be honest. It's pretty much what happened. Also, if anyone came in late enough to miss that story, that was the most confusing art they've ever seen in their life. Like, they have to now try and understand what on earth the context would be. Like, what? Did he try to eat Kepler? I did what had to be done. I did what I had to do. He's fine. He's so tired.
He's forgiven you.
Oh, yeah, that's clear. Yeah. I mean, he forgave me
Basically immediately.
basically immediately.
Yeah.
And I still ended up running the end of his tail under the sink water to rinse it off. But after all of that was taken care of, I finished my hot chocolate downstairs because I was like, I'm not risking this again. Came back upstairs, and that's when he came back up and slept on my warm lap. Everything was good, wasn't it, buddy?
He's
Yes.
so happy.
Oh, sorry. Also, anyone that didn't see the Friday stream, it's real good. Like, in fact, it might be my favorite one-off stream we've ever done.
Yeah.
I mean, it's that good. And
I had fun.
Oh, I know you did. I highly encourage folks to check it out. It's on the VOD channel. If you missed that, I guess it was a week ago, we started a new channel, and there's a helpful link. Thank you, Fossix. Subscribe over there if you want to check out the stream VODs that we do. The whole VOD is really good, but if you're like, I'm short on time, I don't have 4 hours to watch that, we released our first ever stream highlights. And Dan got it done very fast. It was really remarkable how quickly he worked through that, which is impressive. And also want to say a special thank you to the Discord for super secret operation. It helped out a lot. But check out the stream highlights because it's 8 minutes and it does a really good job of showing some of the memorable stuff from the stream. So going forward, I think we're going to try and do more of that because folks seem to really like it. You know, releasing the VOD because people want to see the VOD and they want to watch it on YouTube. But then on top of that, trying to do some sort of little highlights thing for one-off streams like this, because it allows people that don't have time to watch the full VOD to get an idea of what happened.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm hoping that there will be more of that as we move into next year, because it'll be fun. That's it. That's my story. And if you like the highlight format, definitely catch the episodes of Skyrim. I know that folks that haven't seen the whole series may be like, oh, I can't watch Skyrim, it's on episode 284. You definitely can. Like, you can definitely start there. The numbering is mostly because it's funny to me to make new episodes of a series 7 years later, but it's definitely a new thing, and you could definitely start at 284. So, Vagabond says, are you going to do highlights for Friday stream or next week? We would like to. The difference is that it won't be out immediately because obviously it's Christmas Eve. Dan's not even going to be in town because he's going to go spend time with his family, so it'll be a while before that highlight would be out, but we'd like to, yeah. So at some point, I just don't know exactly when, but It's fine.
10 a.m. Santa's coming.
Keep waiting on Santa again. Learned a bit from Libra Lizard Dev says, I have no idea how cheers work, but as I've been catching up on Skyrim, I've been wondering if Tiny Vinny has any relation to Tiny Eddie and his snacks. I mean, so Tiny Eddie waves his hand and
Snack cakes.
And snack cakes appear. Well, I mean, not through magic, through the sheer will of the employees that are like, are you sure you want to make this? Because this sounds insane. And Vinny waves his wand, and Frost H-Nack appears. Is it Frost? Wind?
I don't know.
One of the elementals.
I have no idea.
It's kind of the same. It's kind of the same. I'm looking forward to when Vinny shows up in the Skyrim highlights. But I don't remember when that is exactly. Storm. That's it, Storm. I said wind, but I don't think there is wind. It's called a storm. Storm H-Nack. Also got 25 months from DC Racer 329. Thank you. Let's see. Let's talk about the things that we need to announce for today. We already talked about Friday's stream,
Yep.
Gingerbread Houses. I know it's Christmas Eve, and like some folks are gonna be doing stuff with their friends and family. Understand. If you're around, or hear me out, just throwing this idea out there. You're spending time with your friends and family at home or whatever, and you gotta have something on in the background. Put us on in the background. Because like you're probably gonna put on like a holiday baking show, and ours is an option.
It's an option, all right.
It's an option. So how about that? But yeah, Chess says, put this on and try to explain the Peggy and Poggy alerts to your family. Your family will watch in horror and say, what is happening? It's fine. It's totally fine. So that's Friday. We're also doing a New Year's stream the week after, just as an early announcement. That's going to be happening. I don't know what we're doing yet. A Q&A for sure, because we've been doing a Q&A every year. But then something else. Also this week...
Oh, I can't stop yawning.
You have yawned
Yeah, I know.
a lot in the last, minute.
It's hit me hard.
You okay?
I don't know.
You tired?
Maybe. Yeah.
I keep watching him and I was like...
It's hitting me. All of a sudden, it's like, bam, you're tired.
Now you're tired. Extra Life VODs continue today. I uploaded it yesterday and I can't remember what it is, but that's fine. I never can. And Mal's still working on her painting.
You got a vlog out yesterday?
I got a vlog out yesterday. Yeah, that's right. Sorry that it's been a few days. I've been editing Carly and Kyle's engagement photos. And, oh yeah, it's Yu-Gi-Oh! 5D.
Wheelie Breakers.
That game really wasn't that... It's one of the prettiest Wii games I've ever seen. It was definitely late in the life cycle of the system, and they did a good job with it, but, what the crap was that game? We had never taken engagement photos before, and it was a bit of a learning experience, but we did it.
Yeah.
And they came out good. They came out good. They really did. I was happy with them. And in that vlog, I show a few of the ones that we took. They're edited already, because I finished the editing the other day. But I'm happy to have that done, partially because I really need to go back to work. I haven't been working.
She's excited.
And it was important to me to do that for her, because I wanted to, I wanted to help out. But it took some time, and now I'm like, okay, now it's done. I gotta go back to work. But that you can see a few of them in that vlog, and they came out really nice. They did. It was fun to shoot too.
Yeah.
And I also released the breakfast stream that we recorded in Florida. Mm-hmm. And if you watched it live, you watched it at 480p. It's like a garbled mess, but we did our best. But I actually recorded a 4K 60 version. So if you were like, I wonder what it really looked like, you should load it up on the vlog channel, because it's crystal clear, and it's fun. There's also a moment.
And you can see Sasha's magnificent orange cloud that she is.
There's also a moment at the beginning of the stream where I briefly, if you just watch from the beginning, I briefly like cut to what the Twitch audience saw. So it's like really crystal clear, and then it cuts to the Twitch audience version for like a minute, and then it cuts back just to show what the difference was. It's a pretty big difference. So anyway, that's out. And I think that's it.
That's it.
I'm gonna be working on. I'm gonna keep working on vlogs. The next vlog is gonna be a little hard. And then after that, I should be able to catch up pretty quickly.
What happened on the next one?
We go to a botanical garden.
Oh yeah, that.
Yeah. Really, honestly, it only comes down to: did Stephen use the nice camera? Did he use the nice camera and try to get nice shots? Yes. It'll take longer. It's fine. It's fine. I'll get to it. Stormray says, "What time will the Gingerbread House stream be?" It'll be their normal time, so 8 p.m. But we go live at 7:30. We always do. We always go live at 8. Go live at 7:30 Eastern, on screen at 7:40 Eastern. Read alerts until 8 Eastern, and then start whatever we're doing. And sometimes we go even longer before we start what we're doing. It's fine. It's always very chill. So, is that it?
That's it.
Okay. Thanks everybody for being here this morning. Hope you enjoyed the very memorable story. Did you enjoy the story?
Vagabond says, "What supplies do we need for a build-along? Just go buy yourself a gingerbread kit."
That's the easiest thing. You should be able to find
World
gingerbread
Market
kits.
has mid-century modern, like the Frank Lloyd Wright style house.
What?
Yeah, I know.
Oh, that's cool.
I know. Ours aren't that cool.
Ours aren't that cool. Tell you what, everybody, I'll just tell you now. Something we'll do for Friday, just because I think this will be fun. We're building gingerbread houses. If you want to build with us, go out sometime this week, get yourself a gingerbread house kit.
Or get supplies.
However you do it.
And that would be super cool that you could be super creative.
Build along with us on Friday, and then what we'll do is we'll have you take photos and post them on Twitter with crunch art, and then we'll show your creations on screen as well. And that'd be really fun.
Yeah.
You know, especially if that's something that like your family already does. If that's like a tradition for your family, then do it on Christmas Eve, and we'll do it together, and it'll be fun. Yeah.
Andrew says, "IDK if I can build one at 4 a.m. in the dark. Just build one the day before."
Yeah, do yours early, and then just tweet it early.
Challenge mode. Ooh. Do you think Andrew in the kitchen needs a challenge mode?
Andrew in the Kitchen's challenge mode is just any Tiny Eddie alert. Like a random Tiny Eddie alert and being like, all right, make this work. And like you might get lucky and it might be something kind of reasonable, or it might be like, who knows, something terrible. All right, now we're done. Thank you so much for being here. Have a wonderful Tuesday. We will see you back here on
Thursday
at 9 a.m. Eastern for another breakfast stream.